Good morning to all. Can I have the good mornings from everybody?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So many
Morning,
members are
sir.
still sleeping behind the
Good
screen.
morning,
Good
sir.
morning,
Good
sir.
morning. Good morning. Good morning to all. So today, let us start with revising of how to write a report. What are the different types of reports that you are expected to prepare for the board examination, etc. So let us have a small recapitulation of the main points first, and then we will have the revision schedules happening. So tell me, children, what is a report? Can anybody tell me what is a report?
Sir, the summary of some
Is it a summary of?
passage.
Is it a summary? Okay, somebody said, I respect your answer. So you can write report as a summary, summing up of something. Say for example, it can be an event, it can be an incident, okay, or it's a, and it is in past, an incident that happened or completed in the past. Am I right? It is a brief narration. It is a brief narration of the above mentioned things. So roughly reports are divided into how many types? How many types of reports are there? How many types of reports are there? How many types of reports are there? I'm waiting for an answer, my dear children, so you can get me an answer. Types of reports. Since it was discussed long back, I think everybody have lost that concept. There are two types of reports that you should be closely try to understand the difference between. One is a magazine report, and next one is called as newspaper reports. Both are slightly different in terms of format and the nature of the content, even though it is can be accepted in vice versa or can be used in vice versa as term in terms of content. You can either use a newspaper report as a magazine report and a magazine report as a newspaper report. For the ease of understanding, now we differentiate a magazine report from a newspaper report in terms of the nature of the question. Can you tell me what is the major differences between magazine report and a newspaper report when you think about the format? When you think about the format, how do they differ? Or I put in the question another way, is there any difference between a magazine report and a newspaper report? Is there any difference in terms of formats in terms of a newspaper report or a magazine report? Say for example, I am writing this as magazine report, okay, and here I am mentioning it as newspaper report. Now I want the class to respond what is the differences between the two in terms of format. We are now referring to the big letter we always associated with that is format. In terms of format, what is the difference? Yes, children, I'm asking about magazine report and newspaper report. I would like to add one more thing. Magazine report is entirely different from magazine article. Don't confuse with each other. We'll have a comparison, a contrast study later. What is the difference between magazine report and magazine article? So these comes under a different yana that we will discuss after making a primary different primary understanding of this. Tell me, it's already discussed with you. Sorry for the spell error. What is the difference that you can find in terms of magazine article and newspaper? Sorry, magazine report and newspaper. In a magazine report, since you are all great stars of SKV, I don't want to further give you much time to give me an answer. So in a magazine report, you will have the title over here. Am I right? You will have a title at the center, which will be attractive in nature. Okay, which speaks about what gives a lead to what is going to be reported. This applies in both the aspects, whether it is a newspaper report or a magazine report. You will have this thing in both the aspects. Okay. So you will have an attractive title, but the nature of the title will be a slight difference will be there. Apart from that, you will be placing the name of the writer of this particular magazine report either here X, Y, Z. This is option number 1, which you can follow. Underline over here. You can underline over here, and then you will either other, if this is not a good choice for you, you don't like to put over here, you can put either here X, Y, Z. I mean, the last character of your title will be the beginning sport of your name of the writer, if you want it to be placed over here. Okay, it should not, if you go like this, it should not extend beyond the last character of the title. The first letter of your name should start from the last character of your title beneath the title. You are not supposed to write your name here. This is actually wrong. You will miss your mark. So see that the alignment of the title and the name are either chosen over here or chosen over here. Or if you again further wish to differ from the format, you would like to put that particular thing on the bottom, just below. When you complete your final concluding paragraph, you can mention that particular title over here at the end. Like you write in para 1, para 2, para 1 is over, para 2 is over, para 3 is over, and para 4 comes to a grand conclusion. Then you can write over here prepared by X, Y, Z. Then you can mention that particular thing at the last left corner. I mean, it should be on the left corner of your page. Children, is there any
below the name, sir.
are you only prepared by? You can prepared by, if you want to mention it like this, you can write it as prepared by. You can put a colon over here, and you can write X, Y, Z. You can write X, Y, Z below it. I am putting it in a different here since it is not typing there. I put X, Y, Z, and underneath you can put your designation. You may be the house captain, you may be the some designation you will be serving for writing that particular notice. So, for example, if you are the school pupil leader, you are asked to write a notice informing the students about various Pongal activities, and you have conducted a Pongal activity. Write a report. So, you are the school pupil leader. As school pupil leader, you are preparing a report for the magazine to be published for the next academic session. So in this particular thing, your designation is school pupil leader. So you can write prepared by XYZ. Beneath you can write SPL, SPL in bracket SKVVV, that you can mention about there. So is there any doubt in terms of format in magazine report?
No, sir.
So title has to be underlined. That again, I would like to stress upon it. The title thing has to be underlined. Then your name. I've given you three options. Either over here, it should be underlined, or over here, the second option. And the third option is after completing everything, you can put it as prepared by colon, then write your name. Underneath, put your designation in which, or the capacity in which you are preparing that particular report. Now, when you come to the newspaper report, the newspaper have a title which gives a brief idea about what that particular incident is, or highlighting what are the major, what do you mean by the tip of the iceberg. It serves as a tip of the iceberg. For example, bus collided, put a colon over here, 20 injured. So you want to give bus collided with something and 20 people were injured. You can put it over like this. You can make specific arrangements. It should be attractive. The thumb rule is that it should invite the reader's attention. By getting the lead, getting the heading, the reader should be motivated to read. Then you will be putting your name.
Sir, at last we need to write the name, sir.
Hello?
Sir,
Hello? Can you repeat the question?
sir, at last we need to write the name in the case of newspaper report, sir.
No. You will be
Sir,
mentioning.
in newspaper report we need to write the name, la.
No, it is not on the last. Last, we will be writing only the name in terms of magazine reports. Okay, I'll come to that particular thing. What is the differentiation between the two? I will make it so that will be that will be clear for you in a short while of time. So, can I proceed with the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you will
Yes,
be
sir.
writing your name X, Y, Z. You will make an underlining over there because an underlining is required over there. This is where you put your name over there. There is no other options as far as newspaper report is concerned. Then you will be mentioning your designation. In a newspaper, your designation will be staff reporter in capitals. You can mention there staff reporter. You can mention, I just use an abbreviation there, so I make it as, don't make the abbreviation when you write that particular thing, staff reporter, you can mention over there. Then when you come over there, you can have your place, okay, the place where the incident is going to report. For example, if I make Madurai, MAD, the first letter is capital, or you can make all the letters capital, that is up to you. You write staff reporter full caps, then you write in a place of incident was Madurai, you write Madurai. Put write the date. Today's date is 10th 11th of Jan 2020. So sorry, 2021. You put a colon over here and you will start the way in which you wanted to start your report. Okay, you put a colon over here. Okay. You can start your thing. The similarity in both cases are the first paragraph of a newspaper report and a magazine report gives emphasis to all the WH questions that are there. You can use, you should give when, what, sorry, what, then where, okay, how,
Why?
why, whatever WH questions are there, depending upon whether it is a newspaper report or a magazine report, you will be giving an importance in the first paragraph to all these WH questions which are listed there. So your framing of the sentence should give importance to the first paragraph, more or less on the same manner as such. Now, till now, is the picture clear? Till now, is the picture clear? Do you have any
Clear,
doubt?
sir.
Okay. Now I would like
Sir,
to, yeah,
sir,
yeah,
sir, in magazine, we can write the name in three places wherever we want, sir.
yeah.
But in case of newspaper, only one place alone we
Only
need to write, sir.
one place only. So quite commonly in newspapers it is found. Okay, we said in three options because different teachers teach it in different manner. So some teacher will be telling on the extreme left, people like me. Some teachers will be telling under the title the first character should form at the last. Some will write at the end of this particular thing. So among the English teachers, we follow that there should be the name either on the left or just below your title or at the last of your paragraphs. So that is the thing. But a newspaper report always carries on the left side. Okay, you will not be penalized for not putting the name I on either of these three places. You will not be penalized for it. You can put on the right or left or bottom, but not on the extreme right as I mentioned there. This is totally wrong. Okay, so when you write, please position your name in similarly to that particular thing. So the second paragraph will be a brief description of the problem. It is the brief description as far as the newspaper thing is called, right? Okay, it is a brief description of that particular issue. Here again, you will be saying prepared by. After that, you will not start by that line. You will take another line and start your first paragraph. The cultural exercise of SKV Senior Secondary School, titled as Samarpan 2021, was inaugurated by. Was inaugurated by. Always try to use past passive while constructing a newspaper report or a newspaper, sorry, magazine report or a newspaper report. Your language, you cannot write first person at any cost of time. Whether you are preparing for a magazine report or a newspaper report, it always carries a third person. I mean, you are supposed to use it in past passive, and you the way you address will be on third person in all respects. So the first paragraph are more or less similar, except in terms of insertion of place, date, and year in this case of a newspaper report. But in terms of magazine report, you will not write the place, date, and name as and date as given in the home screen. So are you sure about the opening paragraph now? Are you sure about the opening paragraph now? Children, am I audible with you? So now I invite to this particular video session related to this particular magazine report comparison, and then we will come back to the comparison once again.
Back to Saujany's English class. In today's class, we are going to learn about one more writing element, that is report writing. There are two types of report writing: magazine writing, which is useful for 9th, 10th and 11th graders, and newspaper report, which is useful for 12th graders. Let's learn more about them. This is our topic of the day, report writing. A report is a factual description of an event or incident that has already happened. It should be an unbiased account of writing. Unbiased in the sense there is no scope for personal opinions over there in the report. We are going to represent it factually. That's it. Not more than facts. No opinions, nothing. No space for personal opinions or views or suggestions in a report. Writing style is simple and easily understandable. You need not use any verbose language where it will be difficult for common people to understand. Your report should be readable and understandable by everyone who reads it. And language style, we are going to use only passive voice and past tense. Passive voice in the sense whenever you are supposed to say what you feel about that, then it was observed that, it was stated that. Okay, we are going to say like that. Passive voice in that sense, and past tense because it has already happened. We are reporting the event or incident that has already happened. See here, from grade 9 to 12, we have report writing. And here we are not going to talk about any analytical report or investigative report. We are going to talk only about two types of report. What they are, let us learn about them. There are two types of report writing: newspaper report and magazine report. These are the two types of report writing we are going to learn here. Okay, so CBSE from grade 9 onwards till 12, we have this report writing. Newspaper report is a news story of an incident or event or crime or development. Magazine report is a brief account of an activity or function held in a school. Let us learn the format of newspaper report. Headline followed by byline with designation. What are you as per the given question? And date and place followed by introduction. Then comes development and then conclusion.
This is the basic outline of a newspaper report. What is seen on your home screen, it is the basic outline of a newspaper report. So you can, right here we made the designation below the byline. The difference that we have done over here is that the format says byline. After the byline, you will write your designation under the it. The byline should be underlined. If I'm writing Saraswati, the Saraswati should be underlined. After that, staff reporter in full caps. Date and place I've already mentioned. Madurai, 11th January 2021 is the date. Introduction, development, and conclusion. The second difference from what is projected over here is that you start your introduction just after your date. That means date, place, introduction. You should write like that. Days, place, and introductory paragraph should be aligned. You will underline the date, place, and name. That also should be added to it. You will underline date, place, and name. So kindly please, or you can make it bold while you write, that you can observe your newspapers. Then introduction, development, conclusion. That is the general format. So when I explore this particular thing, I will have a detailed discussion about it later.
Introduction can be of one paragraph, development of two paragraphs, and conclusion can be of one paragraph.
See, this is the basic arrangement. Introduction is first paragraph, and development is two paragraph, and conclusion is one paragraph. If the topic is a little, you can make it more attractive. Maximum word limit is 200 words. That is 1.5 page. Always remember, whatever you write, you are not supposed to exceed the word limit. Now we have to explore into what are the ingredients of introduction, development, and conclusion. In introduction, I told you the basic ingredient is when, what, why, how. All WH question has to be expressed depending upon the situation. Lorry hit, where was the lorry hit happen, when did it happen, how did it happen, how many people are killed, what are these basic things. Whenever something surprisingly informed to you, first thing what comes in your mind, when it happened, where it happened, how did it happen, what next. So these questions should be answered as the narrator of the home screen said. It should be told in present passive, sorry, past passive, and in past tense. You have to use that particular expression. In the developmental segment, you will say how the incident happened, what was the reason for that particular incident, who have taken care of the injured people, what is the consequence. I mean, how did that particular incident happen according to what you mean by eyewitness account, what is the future course of that particular investigation, all can be written into 3 paragraphs. So paragraph number 2 and 3 is a elaboration description of the problem, and the last is related to the what is the nature of the case, or what further action will be taken by the investigation officers, any ex gratia amounts have been announced by the government for the incident. All these things can be done in the concluding paragraph. When we discuss with a format, it will be more clear, but a basic outline of what it means,
Guideline.
guideline is as follows. We will have a discussion with a magazine report and a newspaper report in reality, but this is the basic outline of what you mean by a newspaper report. I once again make it clarify in real life situation, a magazine report can be a newspaper report, and newspaper report can be also a magazine report. For example, now today, 11th of January, you have conducted a youth parliament based on the CBSE circular. So we want to give as a newspaper event for the tomorrow's newspaper. You can write the same as a newspaper report. But in CBSE question papers, when this question is not mentioned, whether to write magazine report or a newspaper, it becomes highly imperative from your side that you have to decide whether it is a magazine report or a newspaper report based on the nature of the question. So based on that, we classify the following things. If it is an annual sports day, if it is a cultural festival, if it is something related with the school events which is organized inside the school, you make it as a magazine report. Okay, your school has celebrated Christmas or a New Year on 31st December 2020. The famous playback singer A.R. Rahman has consented to become the chief guest, and he played a musical orchestra for that particular night. Write a report. So this to be published in the school magazine. If the wording is there, you should not be confused. It is magazine report. So the format, what has to be followed, you have to take care. No, if the question, nature of the question is like that, a fire broke, killing 100 in the early hours in Mumbai from a plastic factory, then it is newspaper report has to be followed. So this basic differentiation or a distinction you should be very much aware when you identifying a question, because under question number, I think if my memory is right, as for new format, sixth question, seventh question, then ninth or 10th question comes under newspaper report. So you should clearly read that particular sequence of events to finalize whether it is a newspaper report or a magazine report.
This is newspaper reports format. A slight difference with magazine report. Let us see its format. Heading, byline as we write in our article. Okay, byline written by whom, introduction, development, and conclusion. As I have already told you in one of the previous videos, every piece of writing has an introduction, development, and conclusion. These three are a must in any piece of writing. Okay, so here in magazine report, we don't mention place and date as we mentioned in newspaper report. That is the only difference between these two formats. Let us learn about what goes into its format.
I make a difference from the presentation video. I wanted the name to be written over here. When you speak about a magazine report, I've already mentioned that thing in my previous segment. So you kindly please look into it. Or the last word of the heading should be the beginning of your byline. It is not extreme right. Please kindly make a mention about it.
Clearly. Headline is a descriptive title based on the given topic. Usually it is mentioned in the question itself. Otherwise, you can derive it very easily based on the topic given in the question. And then byline, name of the writer of the report given in the question itself. Date and place in case of newspaper report. You will write long date like 3rd July 2020, Hyderabad. No dashes, no slashes in date. You will write long date. Introduction, this paragraph, you will answer the 5 W's: what, where, when, why, and who. Development, state the how of the event in a sequence, in a logical order. Include the opinions of the people about the event as well. Okay, so you can write 2 paragraphs in development: how of the event or incident, how did it happen, and in the second paragraph you can include the opinions of the people about the event. Then comes conclusion. Mention the action that has been taken so far or the plan of action for the future. Okay, so towards this incident, if some action has been already taken, you will mention it in the conclusion. Or if they are planning for taking a sort of action in the future, you will mention that. Okay, and then let us look at one sample newspaper report. As Rima Adhikari, a report.
I would like to ask you any more doubts. Do you have any ideas to be discussed for further clarification?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, if you are going to tell something going to happen on tomorrow or day after tomorrow, like some competitions, that how we will express, sir?
Newspaper report in future tense.
Okay, sir.
In future tense. For example, Prime Minister of India to announce some plans. This is an incident which is going to happen. It is not happened. Okay, that incident is not happened. It is yet to be. So the title also should of the news. It comes under the category of newspaper report. It will never comes under magazine report. Under a newspaper report, you will try to use sentences which have future implications. The media of external affairs has said that the prime minister will be visiting Europe in the next months to have a finalization regarding the COVID vaccines, etc. It is an action that is going to happen in the future. So that we will discuss when you discuss about the what you mean by the how and how the do's and do nots or mechanics of writing. When we discuss that particular area, I'll come back to it. Now in front of you is a newspaper report. The title, whatever we have discussed on the whiteboard, is again explicit over here. Let's go through it.
Were severely injured and hospitalized with the help of the people gathered there. So this is how you.
So here see there is a title bar which is given over there. Then it is, you need not have to write by, you write Rima Adhikari there. Times of India is not required. You can write the designation under Rima Adhikari. Please kindly make of it. 3rd July 2022 Hyderabad. I beg to differ from what is displayed over here. So you will make from here, you put a colon over here after Hyderabad, and then you will write a massive accident occurred on NH 69 in the wee hours. Wee hours refers to early hours of Thursday near Sangareddy when a mid-sized sedan car rammed into a heavy truck carrying concrete. Full stop. So this is when, where, NH 69, where, when it is on the wee hours of Thursday near place Sangareddy when a mid-size, what happened on this, a mid-size sedan car rammed into a heavy truck carrying concrete. Now the second paragraph is a description of the entire program. How that particular narrator has made the description is very clear. You can go through it.
Develop the paragraph. What have you written here? How of the accident? How did it happen? Okay. Who were the people involved in there? You have written the driver of the car, Mr. Ravinder. This is.
Children, I request you to rejoin as we are running short of time.